Today's video discusses why AMC is bullish, why we're the biggest, how short had to reduce leverage, and more. First, we examine this. AMC fans, here are some weird fun facts. In Q3-Q4 2025, Marshall Waves LP gained 17,000% of their share. UBS gained 4,500% of shares. In 12 to 24 months, Cinemark had 1.19 billion inflows and 1.5 billion withdrawals. AMC inflows were 212 million and outflows 39.7 million. According to griffin, recent developments and activities are mixed but bad. Strong net purchasing indicates positive momentum for AMC positions. Cinema's large ownership indicates established interest, while net selling suggests profit-taking. AMC's lower base percent is countered by aggressive accumulation, suggesting institutions expect opportunity despite risks. So these are AMC's current facts. Institutional ownership was discussed first. We've discussed how AMC's most affected firms have expanded their stake. UBS is one. We discussed their hazardous swaps and why they need AMC shares. The inflow-outflow is more critical. We've always discussed inflow-outflow. He discussed how people always buy AMC but never sell it. However, the price never reflects that. In recent months, movie prices have risen as expected due to the box office. Not so for AMC. The question is why people buy Cineogi and not AMC. While there is more cash going in terms of value, 1.19 billion against 212 million UMF for AMC. The significant difference is the outflow. More money leaves Cineoc than AMC compared to inflows. We know this because Cineoc investors sold their Cinemark shares. Long-term buyers have sold their shares low. However, AMC investors have held on to their shares and bought more. Thus, AMC's pricing reflection is false again. We knew apes bought and accumulated AMC. Institutions have accumulated AMC. Under normal circumstances, any other company would rise in price, especially with AMC's strong box office and bullish momentum. However, when applied to AMC and GME, the results are different, which is the confirmation we require. In 6 months, AMC shares dropped 50%, and in 1 month, 37%. As we've seen in recent months, institutions are expanding their share positions by 17,000%, by 4,000%. We discussed inflow-outflow. Fundamentals indicate debt restructuring. Interest payments are falling. Box office improvement. With that, you see everything. AMC keeps falling in price, clearly showing manipulation and repression. We must comprehend the situation. Again, check the inflow-outflow if you're worried about AMC share sales. Not my statistics. We receive this. We see this and realize that AMC shareholders are holding on. Check out another sample to see how well the box office is doing and will do. IMAX finishes biggest year ever with 1.28 billion. Global box office in 2025. We've discussed box office performance. As mentioned, we're not shocked that this industry's stocks are rising as expected. Because when the sector is doing well and the box office is growing, the stocks should rise too. IMAX is showing this. Cineoc showed the same. The same happened with AMC, only that no one is talking about it. Not discussed in articles. They constantly undercut AMC. They always focus on AMC's flaws and seldom its strengths. I'll explain the key reason. Today, AMC's price surged 15 to 16% in a few moments. They never talk positively about AMC because of that. Why they can't afford real volume or price action at AMC when you know AMC is the biggest and the box office is performing great? The shorts realize how dangerous AMC can be. Here are the top 10 box office cinemas, 8 of which are AMC, 7 are AMC, and 3 are not. AMC is number 1 to 6. Then Regal. Then AMC again, and Cinema Cineplex, and Cineplex. To understand AMC's size, look at this. Like we said, the shorts are anxious about how well the box office is doing and how we can benefit the most. They realize revenue will be good. They've understood that everything they've talked about for IMAX, Cinech, and AMC will be the same next year, but bigger. IMAX set a record this year. Imagine how large AMC will be next year, referring to record attendance. AMC has already set attendance records, but imagine how much revenue they can generate more than Cinech and IMAX. That's what's worrying short sellers and making them panic, want to restrict AMC. AMC is up 14% today. Silver trades tight to GME after beach pool suppression. Someone told to cut leverage. We've discussed AMC's big rise today. As we've indicated, they're frightened of letting AMC's price reflect since they know it can rise tens, 50s, or even hundreds of percent in a day due to the volume suppression. The reason they let it pass today is because so much is happening. Like we indicated, swaps are why UBS is increasing its shares. We discussed silver's performance today, especially as numerous huge institutions are being squeezed out. This is our view. Another reason we're in the same boat as the short sellers is that AMC and GME both had volume spikes. Though not AMC, it happened about the same time. Two stocks are unconnected because we're in different industries. When something hurts these short sellers, both stocks move the same. This shows that mutual short sellers comprehend all of the synthetics built to understand the basket swaps for both AMC and GME. This is merely facts. The ongoing VWAP lower bound is $150. Thus, we should be toward the bottom. This may have contributed to the rise today because individuals were buying, believing the bottom was in. However, I want to focus on how great AMC is doing and how terribly the shorts are hurting. But we should also consider this. Has anyone else experienced trouble transferring AMC shares out of Robinhood recently? What solution facilitated the transfer? Literally seeking a friend. First, if you have any solutions, comment below. As we've observed, brokers are having trouble transferring shares. We discuss this since they have trouble finding shares because they may make up a number when they're on their site. If they have to transfer the shares to another broker, they must prove their existence, which is difficult for many brokers. That's why these issues arise. If we force him, it puts pressure on them. Short sellers seem to assume we care about AMC's stock price right now. They'll recognize that AES will keep scaring liquidity to stay in the markets long enough for a short squeeze. So, this is about AES electricity. As always, I'm not here to advise you on buying or selling. As always, I'm here to share my ideas. But today I'm discussing how united the apes are and how powerful we are against short sellers, which suggest a market short squeeze is approaching. This is something we've seen many times where institutions comprehend market conditions. They allege short squeeze because they understand market pressure and want to shift focus from AMC and GME. There are opportunities in other stocks. Yes, there are. But a corporation that short squeezes will bankrupt these institutions, AMC-like, not these stocks. But GME, they could have a short squeeze, but not anything like ours. When we encounter these pieces, they acknowledge our power, but also aim to distract us. Bank of America's bull and bear indication is quite bullish, and people are telling them to sell. You can see market activity. You can see here that people are still trying to short silver with TD Security $40 price target. If you're worried about a short squeeze and the banks getting out safely, this is simply absurd. Some feel the breakout means the next goal is $130. Again, this doesn't imply giving you a silver price, but it's about understanding that if silver keeps rising, especially to 130.30, so many institutions will get pinched, what it implies for AMC. After yesterday's discussion about brokers calling individuals to short silver, it rose 6% today to $80. It only indicates market activity.